I actually have many fond memories of train trips, but my most recent one was Sunday before last when we all took a ride on Tom Holback's Indiana Railroad, and we drove over Tulip Trestle. I don't believe drove is the correct technical term. We rode over Tulip Trestle and to Bloomfield and back, and it took several hours. There was a crowd of about 60 on board, and we all had a wonderful time.
It's a spectacular ride. Nobody expects to find a canyon. It seems like it's 1,000 feet deep out there. You just don't expect it in Indiana. It's like you don't expect to find tunnels in Indiana, but there are several rail tunnels in Indiana.
George was my sort of my mentor because he's the sort of the academic editor for the whole series, Railroads Past and Present, which most of our stuff was in. And so I could talk to George, and of course there were a lot of other railroad people around that I knew by that time. And so I had plenty of advice. And but by and large, I just chose books, projects that I thought would do well for the press.
The Encyclopedia of North American Railroads is your way to find everything there is to know about the railroads in the United States.
Well put, well put.
I wish all 103, 110, 130 of the people who wrote the entries had been there, but we had a number of them, and they all seem to be enjoying themselves very much. Rail transportation is perhaps even more important than it was in the past. It doesn't have the singular role that it played in the past, but there really wasn't any other competition from about 1830 or 40 up to about 1920. There was no real competition to the railroads.
It's hard to work on train books without getting interested in trains, and the people who helped me along the way were so wonderful that I'd have to say that that's been a real favorite part of my life. I can't think of anything more perfect than to have a huge project like this to work on when you have just retired from a job that you've had for 30 years. Because everybody thinks you're going to be in despair because you have nothing to do when you get up in the morning. And the Encyclopedia of North American Railroads definitely solved that problem for me.
All those, and that beautiful essay that was written about railroad accounting.
By George,
yeah, oh,
none other than
what I don't know about railroad accounting would fill boxcars.